Queensland bushfires. Let's have a look. Good morning everyone, I hope you're having a good weekend. I thought we'd have a talk about some of the bushfires that are happening in Queensland at this very moment. Now, our hopes and prayers are with everyone that's currently suffering through this and the people in these remote communities, actually some not so remote. Now, before we jump into this article, let's have a look here at the current bushfires map, and I will share this link. It's ruralfire.qld.gov.au/maps/pages/default. And this has the current bushfires in Queensland at the time of recording, which is 9:50. So if we can zoom in here, here's my home city at the moment of Brisbane, and you can see we've got some bushfires along the western mountain range there, west of Ipswich. There's a big one at Gold Coast. And you can see there's different types of legends. You've got the red ones, which is emergency warning. You are in danger and need to take immediate action recommended by the fire service. Okay, the orange warning, orange alert, watch and act. There's a heightened level of threat. You need to be aware of your situation and take action to be prepared and protect yourself and your family. And a yellow flame, it's advice. There is no immediate threat, but you need to stay informed in case the situation changes. Then you've got notification. A fire or other emergency has started in the area, but it does not pose an immediate threat. Smoke may affect surrounding areas. And eyes for information. A fire or other emergency has started in the area. However, it has not reached the level required for an official warning. The data is updated every 5 minutes. So it's good that they have this information here. We can see we've got an emergency warning near the Gold Coast. I heard Binna Burra had one as well in Springbrook there. So we'll click here, emergency warning. Leave immediately, Binna Burra bushfire, formerly Beachmont bushfires, as at 7:45 a.m. Saturday, the 7th of September, so this morning, a couple of hours ago. Emergency warning. Queensland Fire and Emergency Services advises there is a bushfire approaching Binna Burra. Leave immediately is the safest option, as it will soon be too dangerous to drive. Follow your bushfire survival plan now. If you do not have a plan, your safest option is to leave immediately if it is clear to do so. If you cannot leave, identify where you can seek shelter from the bushfire. If you are not in the area, do not return as conditions are too dangerous. Currently, as at 7:45 a.m. Saturday, 7th of September, a large and dangerous fire is travelling in an easterly direction towards Binna Burra Road. It is currently impacting Binna Burra Road south of Somerville Road, including Acon Drive, Gwingana Court, Timbara Drive, Bangala Road, Bib Aringa Close. The fire is expected to have a significant impact on the community. Conditions are now very dangerous, and firefighters may soon be unable to prevent the fire advancing. The fire may pose a threat to all lives directly in its path. Fire crews may not be able to protect your property. You should not expect a firefighter at your door. Act now. Power, water, and mobile phone service may be lost, and road conditions may become very dangerous over the next several hours. People in the area will be affected by smoke, which will reduce visibility and air quality. A place of refuge is available at Tambourine Memorial Hall, Waterford, Tambourine Road, Tambourine. Call 000 immediately if you believe you are under threat. I've got more information there with this bit.ly link. We'll see what else there is, but I doubt it. Oh, and here's the Facebook ad. Leave immediately. So they've put it on Facebook. So that's a emergency warning. Not too far from where I live. I'm literally driving down the Gold Coast this afternoon to see family. So we've gone to Binna Burra camping. It's a beautiful area there. If you know anyone there, get on the phone to them if you can. Just let them know, guys, because it's only stuff. It's only stuff, material, possessions. You can rebuild it. You can regrow trees, rebuild your home. So it's an important thing to be aware of. Now, before we get into this article, I want to make mention of a previous video I did. And you can see it here. This is the $1 million fire break and Labor's tree clearing laws. This is a video I did in December last year, and it's got a whopping 192 views. I'll share a title card to it above, and it's to do with a farmer who was pretty much fined and charged $1 million for making a fire break on his property to protect from these bushfires, from bushfires like this. And it's ludicrous, the methodology the government used to nab him, because he cleared it a little bit too bigger, and it's just crazy. It is just crazy, because these type of things, this land clearing, the stuff that the inner city greenies get all shitty about, someone clearing scrub in bushland, it saves people's lives, guys. This is the situation. These type of emergencies, these life-threatening situations, are why people do that. It's why they put a 30-meter fire break to try and slow down or stop the spread of fire and to protect your homes. That's why they do it. And our bureaucracy is getting in the way of it. It's getting in the way of it. So just keep that in mind. Have a look at that video if you get a chance, guys. It's an older one I did. Well, not too old. But it's just shocking to see what he did. And the amount of effort the farmer went through to get advice, and he got conflicting advice, and they still went in. They wasted a fortune of money trying to nab him for clearing a few bloody trees when it's a life safety issue. So let's have a look at this article, and I'll have a swig of coffee while I get into it. Queensland firefighters battling bushfires in Binna Burra, Stanthorpe, Applethorpe face hot and windy conditions. Well, yeah, it is very hot at the moment. For Queensland, it feels that winter's definitely over. So I'll just zoom in here. I mean, you can see this dramatic image. Yeah, it's concerning, isn't it? So firefighters face potential catastrophic hot and windy conditions as they battle bushfires around Queensland, with at least 17 properties destroyed in the last 2 days. More than 50 fires are burning across the state, with residents evacuated from parts of Beachmont, Binna Burra in the Gold Coast hinterland, and Stanthorpe and Applethorpe in the Granite Belt. Authorities have confirmed at least 10 properties have been lost overnight at Binna Burra. 5 homes were also devastated near Stanthorpe overnight, one at Saraba on Friday, and another near Merribee was lost on Thursday, bringing the total to 17. Let's hope no lives are lost. As an emergency warning is in place for a bushfire burning at Binna Burra in mountainous terrain south of Canungra through the Lamington National Park. You can see here, properties were destroyed. Properties can be rebuilt. You know, people's lives can't. They can die. Authorities say it could take up to a week to bring the Gold Coast hinterland fire under control, with strong winds and no rain expected over the next few days. The fire was travelling in an easterly direction towards Binna Burra Road just after 4 a.m, affecting Binna Burra Road south of Somerville Road, including Akun Drive, I've already read this, Ginwangana Court, Timbara Drive, Bangula Road, and Bib Aringa Close. QFES Superintendent Corey Bock said the fire currently stretches from Canungra to Binna Burra, is about 10 kilometres long and 5 to 10 kilometres wide, and is moving at a pace of about 2 kilometres per hour. Beachmont resident Sandy Connolly said he was evacuated at 2 a.m. when police knocked at his door. We evacuated to my brother's place at Lower Beachmont. Quite a crowd of us, actually. There's 2 houses that have burned down there. It's hard to describe, actually. It's frightening, he said. We thought we'd be pretty right, but the winds picked up through the night and unfortunately jumped the 2 hills in between where it started, and it came our way up to Binna Burra. That's the thing. You know, an ember, just a little ember, can travel a great distance and can start another fire. Fire and Emergency Services Chief Superintendent Lance Duncan said crews are bracing for another big day. We're going to put some helicopters up in the air and do some water bombing. We're going to do some line mapping of the actual fire area, giving us a better indication in relation to where those actual fire fronts are now. At 5 a.m, a watch and act was issued for a new dangerous and unpredictable fire burning close to the Beachmont Township. You can see here. I mean, damn, that's the problem with our eucalyptus. It burns good. The fire is likely to affect Beachmont Road, Windabat Road, Flemington Road, Doncaster Road, Doomben Court, Gumtree Court, Ascot Court, Wattle Court, Southwest Road, Lilac Tree Court, McInnes Court, Acacia Court, Cypress Court, Jacaranda Court, Poplar Court, Willow Court, Maple Court, and Prunus Court. A refuge has been set up at Tambourine Village Memorial Hall at 2720 Waterford Tambourine Road. 2 emergency warnings were also in place for a large bushfire approaching Stanthorpe and Applethorpe in the Granite Belt. Residents have been evacuated, with those affected by the Applethorpe warning advised to leave immediately, while those in Stanthorpe told it is too late to leave. Too late to leave. This is where we had the recent bushfire disasters in Victoria, and they actually made changes to the building code. They added a new type of structure for people to build as a bushfire survival bunker. About 300 people spent the night in 2 evacuation centres in Stanthorpe and Warwick after being ordered to seek shelter. The fire slowed overnight, but was affecting Glenlionel Drive, Ains Road, and the New England Highway. It was travelling in a northeasterly direction towards Parsmore Road, Caves Road, Nielsen Crescent, McLeod Court, and Michelle Road. Police have marked out a declared zone around Stanthorpe and Applethorpe, urging people not to enter it and avoid any travel unless directed by emergency services. Meanwhile, a grass fire was travelling in an easterly direction between Ipswich, Rosewood Road, and Coopers Road at Willowbank early this morning. So no rain is forecast for delays. Bugger. Dam water levels are so low in Stanthorpe that water could run out by December if it does not rain in the drought-ravaged Granite Belt. There is no rain forecast for the next few days, with the BOM reporting very high fire danger over the central, eastern and northern parts of Queensland. Bureau of Meteorology forecast Jonty Hall said on Friday that fires would remain difficult to control, with dry and windy conditions expected to continue on Saturday. Meanwhile, south of the Queensland border, at least 2 houses were lost in Tenterfield in northern New South Wales, and a firefighter suffered facial injuries as an out-of-control fire was fueled by strong winds. So, and we can jump back here, guys. Let's have a look at some of the other fires in the state. You can see here, up north, you've got some more advice here. Watch and act at Hawkwood bushfires, 6:05 on Friday at another state forest. Let's keep zooming out a bit more what we can see. We've got one up north near Rocky. So it's definitely something that if you know anyone who lives in these areas, touch base with them. Make sure they're aware of what's going on and they've been advised. You never know what could happen. And hope and pray that there's no loss of life. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me for this episode. Have a lovely Saturday and stay out of trouble if you're traveling around southeastern Queensland. Take care. Bye for now.